Hi, beautiful. My name is Maisha Hagan, and I am the owner and head coach of Beauty and the Boss, a professional development and career coaching service for women in male-dominated industries. Services include one-on-one coaching, keynote speaking, corporate training. Speaking of corporate training, had the wonderful opportunity to partner with a company called Pure Insurance, local to Arizona, for their women's leadership and development program. And they've actually invited me in for 2 sessions. And the first session, we kicked off talking about setting goals. And I want to give a shout out to Krista Troffman out of Denver, who posted an article on her LinkedIn of all the reasons why SMART goals suck. And I was like, yes, girl, once again for the people in the back, because I'm not a fan of SMART goals. I think that SMART goals are a good starting point for a framework, but they produce a really good document and don't necessarily move us to action, right? And one major issue that I take with SMART goals is that there is an emphasis on measurement and not on meaningful action. So that's what I want to talk to you about today, really briefly. The difference between measurable action and meaningful action, and why you will be better suited if you do meaningful action, right, versus measurable. So even recently, I had a call with a client, and we were talking about some of the things that are on her table or her plate as far as her job. And a lot of it was manage and track, manage and track, manage and track, right? And so this is a great example of measurement, right? Where we're doing data, where we're completing Excel spreadsheets, where we are counting widgets and how many widgets moved here in this quarter, right? But it does not necessarily always have a meaningful output. And it also does not necessarily attach to a larger business goal. So in thinking that through practically, here's a couple examples of how measurable and meaningful are two different things. If I were to present to you a chart right now that was trending upward, right? What would you say? Would you say that that is showing you success or failure? Well, it depends, right? So let's say that we are measuring the value of houses and it's going upward. What does that tell you? Well, again, it depends on the context, right? It depends on, are you a seller? Are you a buyer? Are you a real estate person? Are you an agent? Are you a house flipper? It totally depends on the context, right? So just having the chart that shows a measurement of something is not necessarily valuable. When we talk about meaningful action, we can look at something that actually moves us forward because it takes into consideration context and it also produces an output. So for example, let's say that you are like the millions of other people in the country who are like, I want to get healthy. And so under SMART goals, you would set a goal that you could measure, right? And so what would that be? Probably every day you're going to get on the scale and you're going to measure how much you weigh. You're going to measure your BMI, right? You're going to measure all of these health things. And you could have an Excel spreadsheet with 365 rows or columns, and every day you put in your weight, and you know what? You ain't going to change your health. Because that's just measuring. What you actually need is meaningful action. So what would be a better thing, right? Lifting weights, getting a trainer, drinking more water, taking supplements or vitamins if that's your thing, getting your pap smear, right? Getting your teeth cleaned. These are all meaningful actions that actually help improve your health. So I just want to encourage you that as you are going through your week and you set up your to-do list, or you're looking at your month goals, or even if you are still really trying to stay in line with your annual goals, focus on what is meaningful and not just what is measurable. Listen, have a great day. Have a great week. Feel good about yourself. Feel good about the work you do. And if you need any support in any area of your career, please feel free to reach out at bosslady.coach. Bye-bye.